Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel, welcome back to Line Plans. Happy New Year first and foremost, and if you are rocking right into 2026 with these big goals and these big aspirations, and you're not sure, you bought the planner, but you're not sure which tools will actually help you achieve your goals the most, you have come to the right place. So in today's video, we're going to be looking at analog tools like your planners and your notebooks, and some digital tools like your digital calendar, AI, all of that fun stuff. And we're going to bring them both together. Today, we're going to not only bring them both together, but I'm also going to show you the essential piece that kind of brings both together to make them into one seamless system so that you actually achieve your goal. And we're walking into January in 2026 with the full intention of avoiding burnout. So by the end of this video, you will not only have both a clear idea of how to use both analog tools and digital tools and what role each of them plays within your journey, but how they work together to avoid burnout. So if that sounds good, then let's just get started. So let's talk first a little bit about analog tools. So your planners, the planner covers, the pens, all of that fun stuff. I'm not necessarily here to talk to you about what planner you should use or what pens you should use. We have plenty of videos on this channel about that. What I actually wanted to talk to you about, which is probably my favorite part about having planners, is what function it actually plays in your life. Some of us are setting them up usually around October when we really make a decision of what do we want and what do we want it to do for us. So by the time we make it to January and we're setting specific goals, and why are we talking about this? Because I know that most of us are going to be looking at ways that we can optimize these planners so that they actually help us and not just becomes like an extra booklet or an extra thing that we have to manage. And the big difference between the two is for something to be fully functional, what we actually need to do is to program it. And so once you're like really clear of what function it plays in your life, what kind of information you're going to be capturing in there, and then also this is something that most productivity hacks will not actually give you. I also want you to plan for the downtime and plan for the energy dips the same way that you would potentially plan for the most productive days that you have within a week. So the main job that you will probably find within each of these planner systems is to basically allow you to kind of capture all of your brain dumps and add in all the information that are in your head when you're in a daydreaming phase of your goal. Now, that could be your financial goals where when you write down like a specific date that you want to be debt free, or a specific amount that you want to save up, whatever it is. I'm leaving this really kind of open-ended because each of you will have a different category of goal. So hopefully that makes sense. But the idea is that whenever you're using your planner, you basically check in with it, not only to capture in real time truly what's on your heart and what your actual goal is, but then also start measuring the specifics that relate to that goal. So within like your fitness journey, for example, if you're using your planner as a fitness tracker, then you write down the stats. You write down how much water you've taken in. You write down what you were eating. You write down your gym sessions and the stats from that. And that way you have a clear measure of how progress is going, or if it's going or not, or if you're plateauing. Because sometimes you're not actually able to see that until you kind of see that in real time, looking back on the receipts. So that would be on analog tools. Now moving into digital tools, and this is sort of where it can get a little bit confusing because there's so many different tools that we can get, so many apps that are available that are really promising you so much especially when it comes to productivity and when it comes to goal setting. And while I love them, I'm still going to steer you back to keep them simple. Please keep them simple. And that's coming from someone who really loves to complicate things. So that should tell you so much, because I am definitely the person that you would give me one quick idea and I want to overcomplicate it because my mind's like, well, what if we did it this way or this way? So if you relate to that, then you would know that it is not very hard to take one tool that is there to make your life easier. And then before you know it, you're actually being slowed down by it because it's capturing almost like too much information and it's not optimizing your flow, but it's slowing it down. So for that, the main function of using any digital tool, whether that's your digital calendar or you're using, a Google Assistant, Apple Assistant, or like an Apple AI, or you're using automations or any of those things, the main function is to be able to automate the things that couldn't actually make it into the booklet. So like the habit part of things, to be able to capture what needs to be reminded. So it allows you to create lists in real time that are actually relevant to that specific day. And it allows you to also set up boundaries to manage the environment around you in a way that it sets you up for success, which also means that not only is it going to meet you halfway on things that are happening today when your motivation might be super high and you're super pumped. I'm going to use the example of fitness because that's just the first example that came to my head. Let's say that you wanted to lose weight. So it's not only going to be reminding you that you should start your day with lemon water, but it will also help you you can potentially set up boundaries where when your motivation starts to dip or the gym starts to become a little bit more tiresome, or you have to drive through a snowstorm to be able to make it to the gym and your motivation is just starting to slowly plummet, or you don't feel as confident in the gym outfit that you bought than you did on day one. All of those things are very normal and very common, by the way, but you can potentially anticipate that roadblock, one way or the other, will come. And it's not a matter of will it come, but it's a matter of when. You can use automations and you can use digital tools to help you push you through and not necessarily motivate you through, but just work through those obstacles that are coming inevitably. They will always come up. You can set up your environment in a way that you create a little bit of balance. What do I mean by that? Balance as in you're not always in push mode. You're not always in execution mode. You're not always in productive mode, but you actually understand how to manage your own energy and work within the windows when you're feeling the most productive. And then you also create habits or a sequence of habits that allows you to also wind down just as naturally so that you can actually recharge your own energy centers properly. So all of those things can be done with the help of all of the digital tools. So that will be the function of digital tools. So now that we kind of talked about the two different functions, I wanted to actually show you how they can kind of work together and what is the main thing that you need in order for you to actually make both of these systems work together. Can just a notebook or just an analog tool work on its own? It could. However, my recommendation would be to see what is something that is slowing you down within that. What is something that becomes just 1,000 times easier if you get help? A lot of the times, what I have personally found for myself is that most of the planning, most of the tracking, most of the paying attention and the checking in and then the working through the obstacles and the roadblocks and the energy plummets and the feeling overwhelmed feeling, all of those things, I have to work through them manually because I didn't actually have a lot of these digital tools in place to kind of feel like I can potentially delegate a lot of these tasks and make them almost like idiot proof. So now that I do, I'm telling you, it allows me to achieve my goals with a whole lot less push effort and a whole lot more flow effort. So think of it like this. When you're in push, which is very hard and hard determination, and it really doesn't pay attention to your own energy of how much focus you can maintain, how much energy and momentum you can realistically contain. So if I'm ignoring all of those signals, then I can potentially steer more towards burning out. And I think a lot of the times also what could potentially cause burnout is actually not just the fact that we're not paying attention to managing our own energy levels, but also having too many choices. So what you're going to see here with both using an analog tool and a digital tool, what I'm recommending is to keep them stupid simple. Keep them as simple as possible, because not because there aren't better or more optimized versions out there, but because sometimes the more we're trying to optimize things, the more we're complicating things. And sometimes the simplest tools are also the most effective. So just kind of keep that in mind. I want you to start using AI, and we're going to use AI in a very specific way. If you have an Android phone, then I would actually recommend using Gemini. It's going to be your best friend. You can also use Apple AI as well. So this also works on the Apple ecosystem, but it just works slightly differently. Right now, I'm going to speak to specifically to the Google ecosystem and Gemini only because, and yes, I'm only mentioning that because that's what I am using, but you can also do this through habits within your iPhone. When Gemini isn't really here to actually control your phone, and that wasn't really the point. The point of Gemini is for you to use it in a really specific way so that it simplifies the flow of how your morning goes and how often you might find yourself overthinking things. So Gemini isn't here to control your phone or set the alarms for you, although he can do that. But what it does do is to cut down the decision fatigue like crazy. So instead of waking up and having to think, okay, what do I do first? Do I start with the lemon water, the electrolytes, to stop scrolling the internet, or to check my goals, or to set my affirmations? You can just simply say, give me 3 very easy, non-negotiable steps that relate back to my goals so I can start my morning. And that simplifies this whole thing, because then you're not constantly sitting there trying to figure out, do I start with this one or this one? Or my coach told me use this other one. Same thing when it comes to planning out your day for the following day. If you know that your main goals are working on paying back debt, or when you're stacking weights and you're actually seeing the progress that you want, you can literally create a plan very specific to you so that you're actually getting closer and closer to your goals. And you can use things like the calendar and the reminders and keep notes and all of those tools that are available to you so that you end up automating the parts that require you to make a decision. You make a decision once and then you automate the rest. So the real win is that Gemini ends up handling the mental load, the mental heavy lifting, so that you save the energy for the actual doing part. Less what should I do, which is usually actually what ends up messing me up personally, because sometimes it's not so much me getting to the gym. Sometimes it's more like, what am I working on? How am I going to track this? Am I actually making progress, or am I just wasting my time? You know what I mean? It's usually the overthinking that gets me. So when I have somewhere where I can capture how I did, and then I have a system that tells me which part I'm supposed to be focusing on, then I eliminate all other options that were available. The more often you find yourself in the process of doing, the more you're actually going to think about, how can I make this even easier? How can I make this so that I focus more on the fun of the doing the thing instead of the decision of having to make if I should do it or not? Okay, so if you're finding this video helpful and useful, and you wanted to go a little bit deeper into the how do we optimize our phone and our planners so that the two of them are actually communicating together while we're achieving our goals, make sure that you head over to Patreon or in the YouTube membership section, where you can see the extended version of this specific video where I show you the prompts that you can use with the AI that you're using and what sequences you can actually load into Gemini so that it makes your morning flow a little bit easier. Link will be in the description as always. I wanted to kind of talk about the last thing that I promised you, and that has to be programming them. It's just that simple. If you never actually utilize and set up your planners in a way that it can fully and optimally begin to help you achieving your goals, whatever your goals are, you can like load in multiple goals, and it will be able to handle and carry that for you. I don't necessarily like the idea of having one planner for one specific purpose. I like it that when you have one main planner, and then you can dump as much of your goals and aspirations and directions and ideas in there, and it's able to capture all of them. Because if you don't, then you basically bought yourself a really nice pretty planner with a pretty accessory and the pretty cover, but then it's not able to actually fulfill the function that it was originally made to do. You check in with it in the morning, you dump in all of your ideas and all of your goals and all the things that are really important to you. You check in with it at the end of the night when you're migrating the information from all of your digital tools into analog. Now, when it comes to your digital tools, I mean, basically the biggest thing is for you to program it. You need to automate it as much as possible so that it begins to kind of take things off of your plate, whether that's your calendar with time blocking, to switching your phone off from normal mode into learning mode or into focus mode. All of those things, they can kind of work together in beautiful harmony, because what ends up happening is that when you do that, and I think this is probably the most exciting part for me, when you program it properly and you use this balanced system that has both your energy levels in mind, and you're building in not just productivity hours, but also rest time, you will find that you can actually sustain and achieve your goals a whole lot faster, because now you're not just relying on like external motivation. You're not just relying on other people to help you along with it, and you're not stopping midway through achieving your goals because you've already kind of hacked the system of how to do it all for yourself. That's enough rambling out of me. Okay, loves, this is what I wanted to share with you. I hope that you have enjoyed this video. And here is your well-awaited 2026 question of the day. Let me know in the comment section, what is your goal that you're willing to go after? Make it, if you feel so brave to share it with all of us, you'll give us the opportunity to cheer you on, because I'm already cheering you on. Share it below. And of course, if you have enjoyed this video, make sure that you like and subscribe as always. And just remember, keep planning, keep journaling, keep doing all the things. And I cannot wait to see you guys in my next video.